Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Lightfall Season of the Witch intel. And today, once again, is Friday, the very first Friday update of Season of the Witch. XUR has returned, as well as Trials of Osiris. So I'm going to give you a brief rundown on those two things, as well as all the other amazing farms that you can do heading into the weekend in Destiny 2 if you haven't had a chance to play at all this week. And there's actually some amazing ones that are only open today for the very first time. So you don't want to waste any time getting on Destiny as soon as possible just to farm out what are new exotics. But first off, XUR can be found today in the tower hangar. Load in a few times if you're having trouble finding him, because sometimes it glitches out. You might have to load in on a different character, but can find him over here, very close to where Saint 14 is. It's very dark in this area for some reason. But a pretty good haul of loot today from XUR. Oh, nice. I got a free exotic cipher. I don't know where that came from. But we have the Crimson hand cannon. This is a favorite for PvP. I think always a go-to. If you don't know what the meta is, this is a really easy weapon to use in PvP. I find myself using it quite often. We have the Graviton Forfeit with a 67 roll for the Hunter. I don't know how this plays into the meta at the moment, but this is a very high roll and a fairly good stat distribution. So pick it up if you don't have it. We have the Synthoceps, which are very good. I believe at the moment these are actually part of the major glitch with the new Titan exotic gauntlets, but don't quote me on that. But in any case, Synthoceps are a very good exotic for Titans. This one with a 67 roll. Maybe would like to see a little less mobility on this, but actually an incredible amount of mobility, 24 overall. 67 is very high. Pick them up if you don't have it. Same thing with the Graviton Forfeit. I actually do think there is certain builds that this plays into, but I don't know about them at the moment. And then we have the Starfire Protocol for the Warlocks. I would have been all over this when the Starfire Protocol was the final boss DPS meta a couple of seasons ago, or maybe it was this last season. I can't remember. Time goes so fast. But a 66 roll on these, I would say pick them up if you don't have them. You never know when they're going to be back. Would have loved to have seen that mobility in the resilience, but still a lot of recovery, a lot of discipline. Not bad on the intellect either. For legendary weapons, we have the Akilos hand cannon with air assault, adapted munitions, and Rasputin's arsenal. This is a deep sight activation weapon. We have the Janin 7 rifle with grave robber and rampage. Might be decent in PvP. We have the Death Adder with dynamic sway reduction and rangefinder. We have the Sweet Sorrow with stats for all, tap the trigger, and land tank, another deep sight activation weapon. Always a good pick up on these when they do come around. We have the Tripwire Canary, another deep sight activation weapon with ambush and frenzy archer's tempo. This is also part of the champion mod this season, so might be a good time to pick up a bow if you don't have one. Why not a deep sight activation one? Frenzy and ambush are very good traits. We have a Tarantula with Wellspring and Pulse Monitor. And then we have a Sail Spy Pitch Glass, another deep sight activation weapon with right hook, multi-kill clip, and compulsive reloader. For the legendary armor, very high rolls for the Warlock, and actually fairly decent distributions on the gauntlets. So if you're looking for a decent pair of legendary gauntlets, I would definitely pick these up. 65 on those. 64 on the chest armor. Another definite pickup. 67 on the helmet. This is about as high as you'll see the legendary armor. And this is a very good distribution with recovery, discipline, and intellect. Then we also have a very good roll on the boots. So if you're on a Warlock, definitely consider picking up the boots, helmet, and gauntlets. The Hunters also have a very good set of boots, I believe, and maybe a very good chest piece, if I'm not mistaken. There was two really good stat distributions and high rolls on the Hunter legendary armor. Titans also had very high stat rolls, but not the best distributions. Over on the second page, you'll notice that the Dead Man's Tale is now gone because it is available as the new exotic mission rotator this week. But we have a Hawk Moon with Killing Wind. And what else? Smooth Grip, Alloy Mag, And small bore, not a bad roll on this Hawk Moon, though Hawk Moons are sort of finicky when it comes to how well they're going to do in actual PvP, because that's what people would use it for. But that is going to be it for all the information regarding XUR today. Hunters, maybe pick up these. Titans, maybe pick these up. Pick them all up if you don't have any of them, because they're not terrible distributions or rolls. And a Crimson. Legendary weapons, some semi-decent stuff. Maybe the bow, maybe the Sweet Sorrow. Legendary armor, Warlocks, you won out. But a quick run over to Saint 14 for this week's Trials loot. We also have the Trials map of Meltdown this week, which I believe is the first time this has actually been the Trials map in quite a while. I don't remember exactly when it was Meltdown last, but I think it's been a bit. For Trials rewards, I would actually really consider maybe just farming out this grenade launcher, as it looks very good. I don't know when this grenade launcher came into the Trials rotation or the Trials loot pool, but anything with Vorpal makes me look doubly hard at what else it has in it, because Vorpal is, like I've said before, a very, very good perk. I think people really underrate it, and I think they underrate it more now since it got a slight debuff, but still very good. This one also has auto-loading holster, which are two of my favorite perks, especially on a grenade launcher, though I don't know how this particular one or grenade launchers in general are playing into the PvE meta, because that's what I would be picking this up for. I would say that this is definitely one maybe just to consider having either for now or for the future. It's also a strand grenade launcher, so sort of unique in that regard. We also have an Igneous Hammer. 120s, I think, are sort of feeling better again. Encore, Eye of the Storm, and I don't know what the name of this particular perk is. I don't know how to pronounce it. Let me know in the comments section down below. We also have armor-piercing rounds and small bore with a range masterwork. Pretty good Igneous Hammer. But the big thing, I would say, if you're a avid Trials player this week, you get the chance to farm out the Immortal Adept. This is probably one of, if not the best, SMG in the game. Strand SMG, so you can't go wrong there. You can also get the normal Immortal, but for those truly sweaty Trials players, you know who you are. Good luck this weekend. For anybody else, know that Trials is going to be very busy this weekend. If you're just a casual player, it's going to be tough runs. I'm going to say that just because this is the reward this week. I heard there's a new set of Trials armor. Let's just take a look real quick. A few pieces for the Warlock. Huh, that looks cool, I have to say. Gauntlets. Also very cool. It's like a dragon aesthetic. Yeah, I could see this looking pretty snazzy, especially with the right shaders on it. Now I'm going to run over to Banshee 44 really quick and show you what his loot is, but before I do, the major thing that you want to be doing today, Trials could wait a day for this specific farm. Head over to the moon. Unfortunately, it wasn't the Legendary Lost Sector that I was hoping it would be. I was hoping it would be a very easy one in the EDZ, but instead we have the K1 Revelation on the moon. Maybe not the easiest Legendary Lost Sector, but not one of the hardest. And it is awarding exotic arms. So, if you have been trying to farm out any of the new exotic gauntlets for the Titan, Hunter, or Warlock, all of which are very, very good and somewhat broken at the moment, today is the day to do it. No more do you need to scan over the Vex Incursion Zone waiting for the exotic public event to spawn. Today is the day. Go farm them out. And if you're somebody who has been storing up maybe some exotic Ingrams from Legendary Lost Sectors in your Postmaster, today is the day to simply take them out of your Postmaster, and hopefully you'll get the new gauntlets. Make sure to do that on all your classes. You know, if you get the exotics on one, these are really worth getting all three. So if you play on all three characters, boy, is today the day to start farming. Probably one of the best Legendary Lost Sector farm days this season, just because it's the first time these exotics will become available. We'll head over to Banshee 44 real quick, just show you his daily loot. Remember also that this week's raid is, oh, excuse me, it's not one of the legendaries. It's over on the Dreaming City. It is the Last Wish raid. So if you're looking to farm out any of the new red border weapons, there's some very easy farms, very easy way to farm the Kali encounter over and over again without having to even reset. Also, if you're looking for 1,000 voices, it's a good time to do it. Also, really works well. If you want more information on that particular farm, look to my last video, but this also works very well with the new seasonal activity farm. And today, Banshee 44 is selling, hopefully something decent. We have the Imperial Needle with Quick Draw and Frenzy. We have another retrofit escapade. I guess maybe this didn't update yet, but I'm not totally sure if Banshee is working off of a new update cycle. But this is a very good retrofit escapade to pick up, especially if you don't have one. Deep Sight Activation Weapon, Ambush, Frenzy, Field Prep, very good roll. Maybe not the best roll, but a solid roll, and you'll use it quite a bit. We have a Scout Rifle with Rampage and Well-Rounded. We have a Death Adder, another Death Adder with Disruption Break, Hipfire, and then we have a Far Future with Opening Shot and Auto-Loading Holster. Wonder what scope this has on it. Oh, and a full bore scope. Maybe not a bad pickup for PvP on this sniper rifle. Remember, this loot rotates weekly, so it will update again on Tuesday's reset. And that is going to be it for all the information in today's video. Hopefully you found something in this video helpful. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on the bell to post notifications so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 Lightfall, Season of the Witch content like this. You can also follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below. Remember, any of those things also enter you into any future giveaways on this YouTube channel, and we do one every 1,000 subscribers, so you never want to miss out. We'll also be doing another one when we reach 100,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. We'll be giving away an Xbox Series X, and when we reach 1,000 followers on Instagram, we'll be doing another giveaway. Appreciate you watching. As always, once more, I am Wilhelm Scream. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Hopefully you get yourself a pair of the new exotic gauntlets. Thanks once more, and of course, we will see you next time.